Hello everyone, and welcome to Dice Roll, the Queerest Pathfinder Podcast on the planet, where we ask hard questions like, Is this it?
Yes.
Hello?
This is all there is.
Dave?
I think Derry might have lost his
Luna?
last brain cell.
Derry's actually been transported to an alternate dimension where he's kept his mic, but his headphones have gotten away from him, so he can't hear what we say.
Hello?
But Derry is in fact in purgatory right now. Which is crazy because actually this time of year is when purgatory is kind of empty because that's when they empty it to, like, you know, put everyone in. So
Anyone?
Derry's actually in a completely white void that is infinity miles each way across, and there's
Dude,
no...
I loved that SpongeBob episode.
Yeah, there should be, like, words popping up around Derry right now.
I'm all alone.
You're so stupid.
Oh, and he's back.
Hi everyone, I'm back. The power of Squidward sent me home.
How was it?
Okay.
So first, it was existentially terrifying. Notice how I called out for my dearest beloved ones, Dave and Luna.
Wow. You didn't call out for me?
I mean, why would I call out for the devil when they're there before me?
Mercy. Who do you think put you there?
I almost choked on my water, you son of a bitch. Okay, would we I know this was a short one, but this hard question, I want you to know that this hard question did in fact, it had stage directions, which I really appreciate. Most don't have stage directions.
Great.
But this hard question was, is this it? And then in brackets, voice quaking existentially. And another user did react to the hard question on Discord with a man standing emoji. Just a little guy standing there, hands by his side, doing nothing, just staring blankly.
That's pretty good.
And I really liked
Same.
it. You know, sometimes you find poetry in your everyday life.
Yeah.
You know, you might find a crumpled up lottery card or something on the street, and you're like, this is a piece of poetry. You know, I just want to share that with you all.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Here, I'll do a little snaps for you.
Fuck are you doing? What is
I'm snapping
happening?
my fucking fingers. I just said.
Poetry snaps,
It's
Derry.
a poetry snap, dude.
Have you not
fucking
fucking heard of the poetry snaps?
You have to understand what this is like for me.
You
This
don't-
is like
Okay.
saying, oh, I love singing songs, and then slapping your stomach as hard as you can. What the fuck are you doing?
It's the thing that people do. It's like
yeah.
when you're at a poetry thing, instead of clapping, they
It'll clap.
snap.
They snap-
Really?
They snap their... Yes.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
Man,
like
you fucking
gentler.
Los Angelites are wild.
Oh my
I've
not
god.
never
Los
gone to one
Angeles.
of these. I just know that it exists. It's, first of all, fuck you.
You know what happens when you share poetry in Ireland?
They
What?
kill you?
All the guys in the pub turn and look at you, and then turn back to their drinks and go, prick.
Listen, there's snooty idiot assholes fucking everywhere. So that's
Yeah.
not just from Los Angeles. That's from, honestly, probably fucking from New York or some dumb shit like that. If you live in New York, fuck you.
Okay, would we like to play some Pathfinder? This has been one of our most disorganized hard questions ever.
I like that it just keeps getting worse every time, and I think that we should continue that trend.
Yeah. Okay, Pathfinder? Pathfinder, anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so previously in Fists of the Ruby Phoenix, our heroes made their way through the fragments of the Fractal Jungle, the island created by Syndara the Sculptor, arch nemesis of the Ruby Phoenix. The Radiant Winds were tasked with finding conch of the deep fragments in order to gain access to Syndara's castle. Their first hungry ghost was a terrible rolling lion statue deep in a mine plucked from Huanggo. After some kaiju summoning, fist punching, affinity ablazing, you all discovered that it was not one but two lion statues, which was a fun little twist. After defeating the rolling lion statues, you were able to take the conch of the deep fragments and became aware that when you click two of them together, you will be shown a vision from Syndara's past. In this vision, you saw Syndara and Haojin's first interaction when she was but a teenager, turning to him and asking for his guidance and mentorship as a sculptor of demiplanes in the infinite city of Axis. And so, the Radiant Winds continue their journey deeper into the Fractal Jungle, seeking further Conch of the Deep fragments. And that's where we're going to start. Sound good to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's set the scene. Chuji, Sanku, and Masami. The three of you walk through this eternally moonlit rainforest as cicadas fill the air with buzzes and strange animals echo in the undergrowth. As you walk, you have 2 out of the 7 Conch of the Deep fragments, and you're currently wandering from place to place trying to find the next hungry ghost for you to defeat. Despite you having been here for hours now, it is still the middle of the night, and it doesn't look like that's going to change. You might need to camp out in the middle of the night right now. How are you all doing right now? How have you all been holding up?
Mm-hmm.
Have they already left the place that they were in where they fought those guys? Okay. I was just curious as to where we were. Well, if they've left, they could probably... And they need to put up camp soon? Okay. They leave and Senku's like, should we, keep, traveling for much longer?
I mean...
Because we do have to remember that, we have to sleep and rest because, it would be dangerous to just, go on, all night or something.
True.
And we don't know a lot of the things that Syndara has here unless we see it. So it might be best for us to turn in early rather than late.
Alright then, let's stop for camp.
So you guys are looking to set up and camp for night somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how exactly are you going to do this? What's the plan? How are you going to camp out for the night?
I think they definitely looked for a place that is, like, the safest for them to do this, of course.
Okay, well in that case, would you all like to roll me, or at least one of you roll me, a survival check to see if you can find a good place to camp for the night without being ambushed by monsters?
Sure. Here's a fucking 17. Here's my flat check.
I've got a plus 22.
Survival, I have a plus 23. Yo. Nat 20.
Holy shit, okay. You know what, Masami? You find the single best place to camp physically possible. I think it's like on top of a hill, but the back of the hill is a surgically split cliff, you know? Like everything else here, it's not really natural, but it's a hill that rises up, and then flat, straight drop down into the crashing ocean below, you know? So you have a great vantage point. You can see everything around you, and nothing can sneak up from behind you because, like I said, it's a cliff, you know?
Okay, well, I didn't think this would come in handy, but here we are. Remember when we took Kita's sponsorship?
Oh yeah?
He gave us this, and they take out the instant fortress.
Oh yes, that's right. Kazuhida, when you got him as your sponsor in the tournament, he gave you an instant fortress. That's right. It's a little cube that when you tap a button on it, it will unfold into a massive steel castle.
Oh! A cube!
It's an instant fortress.
Oh.
Honestly, when we were, when I had the feeling of us being tracked in Goka, I wanted to see if I could just use this on, like, outside the city or the outskirts, or even in the underground, just as a hideaway place for all of us, but this is also a good idea.
Yeah, no, this is great, actually.
Pretty good.
Right.
It's better than sleeping bags.
We'll have to thank him when we get back.
Yeah, we will.
Alright, and then Masami places it down, in a position where The back is against the cliff,
Okay.
and they activate it.
You press the button, and it click, 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 and it unfolds into this massive fortress, 20 feet square, 30 feet high, with adamantine stairs leading up the 3 set of battlements at heights of 10 feet and 20 feet at the top. Arrow slits are along the lower battlements, and crenellations at the top provide standard cover to anyone within the fortress. There's no roof, leaving an open 10-foot square vertical shaft through the center of the structure. So yeah, you guys have a castle that you'll all be able to stay in tonight. Nice. Kader, your drow guide, is standing there, and she kind of looks up at the castle with a blank face before nodding and saying, "An excellent strategy. Master Syndara has filled the island with countless monstrosities, so taking proper precautions while camping is a good choice.
Thanks.
If I may suggest, one of you should probably keep watch one way or another."
I mean, it's a good idea since we don't know what's coming.
Well, I can tell you all about the many monsters one might find on Sindara's
No,
island.
that's okay.
Okay. She says, completely not offended at all. Like, not at all. Okay. So you guys make a little campfire, have food, talk about the day, and do you all hit the hay, go to bed?
Yeah, I think after they eat, they absolutely sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're sleeping in shifts, are we?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the shift order?
I think probably Chuji volunteers to go first.
Okay, so the first shift is gonna be Chuji. Who takes the second shift?
Masami will take the next 3.
Okay, and Sanku, you'll take morning, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kader also stays up, but eventually she's gonna pass out as well. Chairs need to sleep too.
Okay.
Okay. And nighttime comes. And Chuji, your watch is uneventful.
Yeah.
But Masami, something happens while you're on watch. You, as you're sitting there, wide awake, posted and watching over the clearing, making sure nothing sneaks up on you. And despite how awake you are, for the briefest of moments, your eyelids flutter closed. And then they snap open, and you see in that clearing something that was not there before. But it's not just what you see, it's what you hear, what you smell, what you taste in the air. It's bizarre. Do you want to guess what it is, perhaps?
Is it a portal of arcane or conjuration magic?
Incorrect. Shuji, Sanku, do you want to guess what's out there?
I have genuinely no idea.
A bear.
Juji's the closest. Because there are a few that look like bears.
Oh.
But mostly, they look like all manner of strange things. No, Masami, what you see is not a portal. You see a festival.
What?
In the center of the clearing stands a 15-foot tall Yagura platform with strings of paper lanterns leading out in all directions. The sound of flutes and drums fill the air, as does the smell of frying skewers and buns. An array of creatures dance around the platform, from animated umbrellas to women with long necks to old men with enormous heads. And though there's a joyous abandon in their steps, there's a look of desperation gleaming in their eyes. Masami, would you like to make the, shall we say, society check to see if you can recognize these creatures that are partying around a festival that was not there seconds ago?
Very good.
Okay, Masami, you do recognize these creatures. After all, they are from your own folklore.
Okay.
These are yokai.
Oh.
And it seems you've been paid a visit from the night parade. A Yagura, by the way, for those who don't know, it's a kind of platform tower often used in festivals, especially in Oban festivals in Japan. It's like this tower platform where musicians and dancers will play. And there is a guy on top of this, and surrounding the tower on all sides, there's loads of dancers. And then there's tents with merchants and who are selling strange meats and foods and prizes. And all of them at the moment are kind of clapping along in sync with each other to the musician who is playing atop the Yagura. And Masami, you can tell that these yokai, even though they are jovially dancing this Bon dance, the kind of like festivities usually thrown for the Obon festival in real life, they don't seem to be having a great time. Even though they are dancing and playing and whatever, you can see that they all look very tired and very distressed, you know? By now, Sanku and Chuji, you two have been woken up as well, and you can hear all of this happening. What do you guys do?
I think Chuji comes out, like, rubbing their eyes, not really looking, and they're like,
Masami, what the fuck are you doing?
Sanku sort of wanders out. He's kind of holding... He's holding Lola like he's a stuffed animal. He's like, it's quite loud. It's loud.
Well, it's not me. It's, festival.
Huh?
Put on by Yokai.
Okay, I'm awake. What? Huh?
What the
Masami
fuck?
points over to the festival. Look.
What on earth?
Oh, hey, by the way, here's all the yokai.
yeah.
Yes.
What on Galarian?
Oh my
shit.
god, that's a lot of them. Oh my god.
Yeah, you like this shit?
They look so cool.
I love it.
This is sick as fuck.
So you guys see in the crowd around this Yagura dancing and flailing around all sorts of creatures. You see a weird purple tapir that seems to be wearing a kimono. You see a dog with an eyeball for a head. You see a sandal running around with 2 legs and 2 arms. You see a little kitty cat walking around on its hind legs and wearing a nice outfit. All of these creatures you see taking part in the Bon dance around the Yagura. And you have no idea what's going on.
This is weird. Lolo, wake up.
Sanku, watch out! There's beasts around!
Do you know what's going on? There's a festival of yokai? You know anything about this?
Oh, well... And I think before Lolo can answer, you hear a... Oh! And you see that the person atop the Yagura platform has twirled around and is pointing at you. And he's got this, like, weird, lopsided smile. His hair's all greasy and tied into a half-done bun. He's got, like, a long green robe that's kind of... It also looks greasy. This is just a very greasy man. But that smile is the greasiest thing about him. And as he steps forward, flute in hand, he says, Well, 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 Radiant Winds.
I'm sorry?
Pleasure to meet you all, Radiant Winds. My name is Laruhao, and I shall be the one to orchestrate your demise.
Are you for real?
Oh, I am very much so for real. I am a servant to Syndara, and you today have made the awful, awful mistake of falling asleep on the island of Syndara. And so marches on the night parade. What do you think of my many minions? And he gives the flute a quick whistle, and all the yokai around him go, Wasoi!
They're pretty cool.
Kinda little.
Forced to fight against their will by my superior magic.
Oh. Horse?
He gives another whistle, and the sea of yokai beneath him, they kind of wheel the Yagura to the left and go, Wasoi! And then wheel it to the right, go, Wasoi! And Laruhao stops whistling and says, Oh yes, very much so under my control. And it is true the night parade that you, champions of Haojin, will fall.
Do you want to kick his ass?
Yeah, kinda.
We're gonna kick your ass now.
But how will you kick my behind if you won't hurt any yokai? And as he says this, he flutes away quickly, and the sea of yokai gets at a "Saya!" And even though they don't want to, they start wheeling the Yagura platform closer. And I want all of you to roll me initiative.
Do you think that I could roll performance for initiative with him doing the transformation? Because he was asleep before.
Oh, you want to use your initiative to switch into your cool outfit out from your pajamas? Yeah, 100%, I'll allow that, yeah.
It's not even as good as my initiative. I just think it's accurate. I don't care. I don't care if I roll higher or lower with initiative anyways.
Holy shit, Masami!
Masami said, "Fuck you, man. I'm
Damn.
not dealing with this. I'm tired."
Oh my god!
Okay!
Chuji!
Okay.
Masami and Chuji both said, actually, fuck this guy.
Yeah. I think fuck you for different reasons. Masami's reason is you are putting yokai in danger. Just because you want to kill us. You fucking coward. I'm gonna murder you I'm gonna murder you right where you stand.
You also know, Masami, that yokai are not common.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not being respectful to these motherfuckers.
No, and Masami is pissed.
The reason why Chuji got a nat 20 is because they really want to go back to bed. I also think it's funny. I think Chuji's standing right next to Senku, and he does his like little transformation, and Chuji's still in their like shitty PJs, their shorts, and their tank top. They're like, "Why do you get a costume change?"
It's my thing.
Whatever.
So the night parade charges forth with Laruhao atop his palanquin, playing his music wickedly. And okay, so top of the order is going to be Chuji. So Chuji, with your initiative roll of 50, you are currently standing atop, on top of the instant fortress. You can fight around this if you want, or you can just hop down towards the crowd as this this parade of yokai being kind of pulling around a palanquin from atop which Laruhao plays is coming for you. What do you do?
Where is the palanquin?
It is in the middle of the yokai.
Chuji, their immense speed. They could literally go right up to him right now. In one single action. I really want Chuji to run and jump over to be on top of the palanquin, get into jellyfish stance, and smack the shit out of him from a little walls away.
Okay. You can absolutely do that, but you will find something to be true very quickly.
And what's that?
When you rush onto the palanquin, you hit a brick wall.
Oh?
Like, you rush Chuji, you are running, you like kind of, Zhangxi hop through the crowd from like the head of one yokai to the next, to the next, to the next.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as you're about to get onto the palanquin, you hit an invisible wall.
Oof.
And
Wow.
it seems that as Laruhao here is playing loudly atop it, it seems that there's some unseen force keeping you from doing it, like from getting up close. And Laruhao sees you coming and grins and says, "Oh, such a shame, but you forgot to account for my masterful act as a bard. Embrace the House of Invisible Walls!" And he plays that flute even louder.
You little bitch, your music sucks!
And it seems that he's doing something to prevent you from getting atop the Yagura.
I like to imagine Chuji's landed like face first against it, and they're like slowly sliding down angrily, shouting at him. Can I fucking punch through it?
You absolutely can. Make me an attack roll and see if you can punch through the Mr. Mime walls around the Yagura.
I hate these shit ass Mr. Mime rolls. I'm gonna flurry of blows.
Okay, go for it.
40 and a 51.
Well, both of those are crits.
Cool. That's 28 and 31 damage.
Okay, yeah, Chuji, with a quick flurry of chops, you shatter the invisible wall around Laruhao, for 1 round. He'll be able to bring it up next turn. Larhu kind of squints at you now atop the Yagura, and he says, "Ugh, you ignoramus! Do you really have to go smashing my art like that?"
Your art's not good, bitch. Dick shit. Fuck you.
Okay, Chuji, you have 2 actions left.
I want to cast Finger of Death on him. Chuji gives him a big old middle finger.
Okay, you make a mystic, life-sucking, rude gesture at him. He has to make a will save here? Fortitude save?
Yeah, Fortitude. Yep. Holy shit!
Ooh. Well, that's a nat 1, Chuji.
Does that mean double?
Yes, that does mean double.
That's double of 70 damage.
That's 140 damage, Chuji. Holy shit. As you throw a middle finger at Laruhau from beyond the wall, he lets out a "Wah!" and he's kind of stumbled back a little bit, clearly caught off guard, snarling and says, "I won't let you get away with that. My puppets will rip you limb from limb."
Oh, they could try.
Okay, Masami, it is your turn. Chuji is atop the Yagura, getting ready to fight against Laruho, and has seriously injured him with a Finger of Death. What do you do?
I think that they're going to shoot him with a... I think they're gonna shoot him with a Phase Bolt.
Okay.
38.
38, that's gonna be a miss, unfortunately. I'm gonna say that only takes 1 action. When you miss a spell or a spell strike, I like to say it only takes 1 to be nicer to your action economy. But yeah, you still have 3 actions. What do you do?
Okay, then with a missed attack, I have what, 3 actions?
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go for a Long Strider into Arcane Cascade.
Okay, so Long Strider, what does that do?
It gives me plus 10 foot speed on Masami.
For how many hours? 8 hours?
If it's heightened to second, which... Did I heighten it to second? I did!
Cool! So, Masami, your legs kind of have this blur effect to them as you prepare yourself to be able to run very, very fast. And Arcane Cascade, what kind of Arcane Cascade is that?
Transmutation is the... Arcane Cascade damage is the same as my weapon, so it's either slashing or piercing. I'll probably go with slashing. And... Arcane Shroud is Fleet Step, so I have an extra 30-foot speed.
Okay. Holy shit, that's fucking amazing.
So Masami is almost as fast as Chuji, probably.
Okay, so, is this a status bonus, or what kind of bonus is that?
I believe it's a stat bonus.
So, yeah, right now you don't stack the 2 of them, but that is a 30-foot bonus to your speed for 1 turn, and then 10 feet for the next 8 hours. So, Masami, you are blindingly fast, and that's going to be very scary with your favorite focus spell, but we'll get to that. Is that your turn, Masami? As you buff yourself up?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to be Laruhau's turn, and Laruhau doesn't like that Chuji hit him. So he grits his teeth and says, "Come on now, I'm the master of barriers, and I wish for nothing more than to dance atop my palanquin undisturbed." And he whistles on that flute, and again, invisible walls surround him atop it. So House of Invisible Walls is back up Chuji. And
Damn it.
then he uses "Dance, puppets, dance!" And he plays an invigorating melody that signals his horde to attack. And the horde is immediately going to get an action. They're going to use Wasoi! Wasoi! The Night Parade dances with wild abandon, unintentionally striking nearby creatures. Chuji, I need you to make a reflex save as the Night Parade is bouncing around you.
Fuck. 38.
A 38 is gonna be a fail. Chuji, you are going to take 4d10 plus 14 bludgeoning damage as you are pulled off the palanquin by these yokai. There's like a giant eyeball monster, like it's only eyeballs, and it's like pulling you away and like bringing you into the crowd. And then Chuji, you see like a fox that is has like maybe 15 tails, is like dancing on his hind legs beside you, and you are pulled into the crowd. You're gonna take a lot of damage, and you're gonna be pushed back 10 feet.
What if I used a hero point?
Are you going to use a hero point to fight back against the Night Parade and try not to be pulled away?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, go for it.
Cause fuck that, actually. That's better. 48.
Okay, Chuji, how do you fight back against the Night Parade? How do you stop them from pulling you away and, you know, ruining your fun?
I think that Chuji's like quite literally hanging onto the palanquin's like the edge of its like roof. And I think that they kind of just like kick away the little yokai.
You kick away a poor fucking kappa. Like this poor thing goes spitting out some pickle juice from its mouth.
Ew. They feel less bad seeing the pickle juice.
That is going to be Laruhau's turn. It is unfortunately the Night Parade's turn, and the Night Parade is going to use another 3 actions. This time, they're going to use Seiya! Suya! The Night Parade shouts a series of energetic call-on responses. Seiya! Seiya! And it's going to deal 3d10 sonic damage and 4d6 mental damage to all creatures in a 10-foot burst within 20 feet. So that's going to be actually aimed at Masami and Sanku atop the castle. They have spent an action moving towards the castle, and they're shouting up at you. So Masami and Sanku, if you guys could make me a will save, please.
Okay.
Oh, Nat 20 when it doesn't super matter because I had resolve anyway.
Masami, that is your third nat 20 in this session. And the worst part is, like, I can't even be suspicious about it because I can see this. It's, like, in front of me. You're just weirdly fucking lucky, and it's terrifying. Masami, you take no damage. You're not... why don't you take damage from the Seiya Soya? What is it about it that's not damaging you?
I think I'm gonna put the game's mechanics into this one for a little bit. I think it's Masami's literal resolve to free this yokai from this goddamn asshole.
You just shrug it off. You don't care. You just want to help these guys.
I don't care. I just want them to be free.
Okay, so you take no damage. You're getting ready to kick their ass. Sanku, you're going to take half 35 damage, Sanku, as they shout at you.
Okay.
And that is going to be their turn. The Night Parade is at the gate of the Instant Fortress Snack, and you can see some of them are just banging against the walls, you know? You see, like, a weird hair monster is trying to climb up. Ugh. And Sanku, as this manic festival is throwing themselves at you, it is your turn. What do you do?
I have a question.
Yes.
Frigid Flurry, does that only work in people that consider themselves my ally, or would that also not hit?
You can choose to avoid people.
Okay.
But I will say, you know that Laruhau has a wall around him. So he would, like, you could destroy the wall with this Frigid Flurry, but he would take less damage from it.
Okay. Well, he can't do it another one until his own turn, right?
Yes. That would open Chuji and Masami to kick his ass.
Then that's fine. Can I cast, like, Elemental Betrayal behind the wall?
I don't think so. I think because there is literally a barrier between you and him. You could cast it on the wall. I'll allow it.
No, I only have so many focus points. Sanku is going to cast Frigid Flurry, which dodges all of the yokai because of the way that it works. It only hits who I want it to hit. And I'm going to try and break through the wall and hit this little bitch.
So I will just let you do... Like, it fails to save. It doesn't crit fail, but it fails to save.
Okay.
Roll me that damage and see how much the wall takes.
64.
So you actually do break it, and there's 4 damage in excess, so he has to make a save against it or take 4 damage.
Awesome. Oh my god.
But you destroyed a wall. You do destroy the wall. And he takes a little bit of damage extra. Yeah, okay, he fails that. So thank you. That's going to be 4 damage to him, left over from the 44 you did to the House of Invisible Walls. Thank you. How does this look? How do you destroy the walls around him as he is, like, parading his yokai closer?
I think that, he fires the Frigid Flurry, and it's, like, a blast of it's like snow, but if snow could hurt you. And I think that it goes straight, but like curves until it would hit one of the yokai, and it curves around all of them, slamming into the wall, making it crack like glass, maybe.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, Sankey, you devastate the House of Imaginary Walls that is around him, and his defenses are down. And he looks at you with a scowl and says, "Ugh, all of you, I can see why Syndara hates you all so much. You're nothing but a bunch of violent commoners."
That's just because we're beating you.
He flutes harder. Shuji, it is your turn. The House of Imaginary Walls is down, and you are there on the palanquin, having successfully held on as the yokai tried to drag you away. What do you do?
Can I pull myself up and beat the shit out of him?
Absolutely. I will say that you're able to get up with one action.
Cool. I'm gonna use my last 2 actions to 1-inch punch him.
Okay, Deck, are you gonna try punch him off?
Yeah, can I punch him into the yokai?
You can 100% try.
I'm also gonna I'm not punching him, I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna switch to Dragon Stance.
Okay, go for it. Make me that attack roll.
47.
A 47 is going to be a hit. Roll damage.
62 damage. Kill yourself.
Wow, that is a lot of damage.
Shuji wants to sleep again so bad.
So you don't muster up quite enough force to knock him off the thing. He's not doing great. And is that your turn, Shuji? Okay. So, Masami, it is your turn. Laruhao is getting progressively more beaten as he parades these yokai around. What do you do?
Well, Masami's gonna use their speed to get up close. So Masami's gonna get right behind him. And then they're going to Spell Strike with Gouging Claw.
Okay.
That's a 45.
45, that is gonna be a hit.
That is 38 damage, and along with the Gouging Claw damage, it's another 48.
48 and 38? That's 86 damage. Oh my god, you guys are fucking him up. Okay, so he's still going, but you can see that he's getting really badly beaten by all this. Like, really badly beaten. And he snarls at you, and he I think, touches his face and sees that there's some blood, and he says, "You ingrates, you! Don't you know who I am? I'm Laruhao!" And I think, kind of angrily, he is going to continue playing, but he is not trying the House of Imaginary Wall stuff. He's trying to hurt you now to get you guys off his dick. And that is going to be... He's going to use his Dance Puppets Dance. So, once again, the Night Parade goes, "Wasoi! Wasoi!" And they're going to dance like hell and try to hit you, Masami, and you, Chuji. Both of you need to make me a reflex save, please.
Okay. 51.
Ooh, that is going to be a success, Masami. In fact, that's a critical success.
Oh.
And how about you, Chuji? What do you get?
I got a nat 1.
Ooh. That's not great, Chuji.
It's not.
So, as they wasoi, wasoi, and dance like crazy, Masami, you take no damage. Chuji, you're going to take double of 4d10 plus 14 bludgeoning damage. And you are going to be knocked 20 feet away, deeper into the Night Parade as they drag you around.
Fantastic.
That's going to be double 27. That is 52 damage, Chuji. And you are dragged into that parade. And I think, like, I think you are kind of like Tsukinoko is put around your neck like a big fat snake. It's kind of put around your neck, and you are spun around by a man with no face. And this big licking monster with sandals kind of spins you around in his arms, and you're like, no! Put me back with this motherfucker on the roof.
I'm actually a big fan of Tsuchinoko.
I love Tsuchinoko so much. Tsuchinoko real! Anyway.
He's fucking real is the thing.
You end up being waltzed around in the face by a big, chubby, and beautiful tanuki.
Uh-oh.
And he just beams in your face.
Where's his balls?
I have such bad news about Tanuki afterwards, but we'll get to that.
Wait, are you serious? They didn't include them?
They included something.
Oh no.
So that is going to be 2 actions from Laruha, and he is then going to use a piercing note on you, Masami. He flutes really hard in your face.
Yeah, bitch.
And that is going to be a 41 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Okay, it pierces into the crowd, and I think it probably hits one of the yokai.
Yeah.
No.
You see a ghost-looking creature being hit by this piercing note, and she screams a little bit in pain.
Masami looks back and is like, hey, come on, be careful!
I don't give a damn about these things, they're toys to me, and you will be too! And he flutes even harder. And it is now the Night Parade's turn. And they are going to use a tree action wasoi as they start just banging Chuji and Masami around. Both of you need to make me another reflex save, please.
Okay. My god.
Are you fucking serious?
What the
I-
fuck, man?
You did
see
not
it on the
just get-
screen.
You did not just get 4 nat 20s in the same session.
You can see it on the
Bro.
screen. How long have we been recording?
Like, less than an hour!
Oh my god.
Fuck, man. I got a 40.
Chuji, that's gonna be a fail, unfortunately.
I'm getting my ass beat.
You are I think that Tanuki is dancing like crazy with you.
Damn.
That's gonna be 42 damage to you, Chuji, and you are moved 10 feet away again. As the Tanuki hugs you and spins you, and then he throws you into the crowd, and there's a couple of little cat people who, like, kind of push you back and forth between them, and then you're, like, knocked to the floor, and a weird slug monster rolls over you. You have no idea what's going on. There's so much happening all at once. And that's going to be 42 damage to you. And that is going to be their turn. They took all 3 actions. Wasoying! Sanku, Witch Prince of the Sea. Wasoi. Wasoi. You are still atop the Instant Fortress, and you can see that Chuji and Masami are fighting hard against Larahau, who has not raised his house of imaginary walls. And so Lolo's on your shoulder and says, Sanku, be careful! If you aim even slightly wrong, you might harm some of those poor yokai.
I'm being careful.
So no summon kaiju.
I'm not casting Summon Kaiju. Don't worry.
I think that Sanku is going to... May I cast Grease on the Palanquin's force?
Are you gonna try make him fall off?
Please, let me
Please.
make it fall off!
Please, actually.
Please!
It's so fucking funny.
He has to make he has to make a reflex save, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a reflex save as soapy water as the palanquin is floors are splashed with soapy water. Oh,
That's a 34.
That's unfortunate, isn't it? He's going to fall prone.
Okay.
He
I think he falls off the palanquin. Sanku, you cause a load of slipping around him, and he goes "Wah!" and he falls off the palanquin into the crowd, and like a Kas Obaka, the umbrella guy, one of them grabs him and starts dancing him around and says, "Let go of me, you oaf!" And he's thrown towards Beto Beto-san, the footstep dude. There's you can tell I pulled up a list of them at this point. There's a little sandal monster, the Bakizori, that's like biting on his ankle and dancing with him. And he is now going to be damaged by the Wasoi Wasoi if he's not careful.
Woohoo! I think other than that, he's just going to cast shield on himself just in case.
Okay. That is going to be your turn, Senku. And Chuji, it is your turn. Laurahau, you see him fall off the palanquin, but you have been dragged far, far away by all the yokai.
So unfair.
This is difficult terrain.
It's a good thing I'm really good against that.
Yeah, you can ignore every other square of difficult terrain thanks to your Dampier hop.
Can I get up to him in an action?
Well, how far are you? I think you're 30 feet away. Yeah, I think you can get up in an action. You're fast as hell. You hop from yokai to yokai. You kind of like jump into the air. You swing from a juboko. You dash around in an amera. You see a gagoze. Really giving our all to all the yokai lovers today.
Yeah.
You're getting through all of them, and you're right up in his face. He is prone on the floor, being danced around by all these yokai. What do you do?
I'd just like to kick him while he's down.
Go for it. Kick him.
I give him a 1 kick, and then I'm gonna flurry of blows him at a -5.
Okay, wow, you really want to kick his ass, huh?
Yeah.
That is going to be a hit, the first one, because he is prone.
Okay.
And then your flurry of blows?
43 and 41.
43 and 41, both of those are hits.
So that's 34, 39, and 40 damage.
Jesus Christ, how much damage is that total?
That's 113 damage.
Wow, Chuji, you wail on it. You fucking stomp him as he's like being danced around by the yokai. Says, ah, get off me, get off me. I'm Laruhau. I'm the master of the yokai. You can't do this to me.
For my JoJo fans out there, this is the scene where they kick the shit out of that random dude on the street.
I think some of the other yokai join in, but they're dancing as they do it, you know? Like, you were being helped by the ugliest one-eyed old man in the world.
Great.
He's got a really bad haircut.
Ugh.
But he's helping you kick this guy, so.
I guess.
Masami, it is your turn. What do you do? He is next to you because he is prone. He was knocked off the palanquin. So you are able to... You can get up to him without, like, spending an action.
I'm gonna hit this bitch with a motherfucking force bang.
Okay, hit him.
16 damage flat, because it's like a magic missile.
Okay. You slash into him, he takes it, there's no way around it. And you have 2 actions left, and your spell strike is refreshed.
To refresh my spell strike, which means that he's gonna take 43 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll me that damage.
Damage is 30, plus gouging claw damage. 39.
Masami, Wait, Masami, you're telling me that you did 30 and 39 damage?
Yes.
Hey, Masami.
Oh!
Hey, Masami. Hero point for 69 damage.
Ayo!
And on top of that, how do you take out Laurahau? Is it a knockout or is it a murder?
Ooh. Oh man, that's a good question. Because Masami's pissed as hell about this. So my thought process is that they could get information out of this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he even say that the Hungry Ghost would have, like, the conch shells in general?
Yeah, all the hungry ghosts have a conch shell. You know that.
Okay, and I assume that we have to kill them for it, or...
You can well, that was never stated.
That was
You
never
just have
stated.
to gather. You just have to take the conch shells.
Alright, then Masami is going to knock this guy out first, but if he doesn't prove useful or give us the conch shell, they're killing him.
Okay, Masami, how do you knock him out?
I think the I think that they do have like a slash of their sword in like a non like lethal area, as well as the claw, but as they swipe down with their claw, they also pick him up by like the scruff of his fucking kimono, and slam him down to knock him out.
Ooh, Laraho lets it out. And he is KO. Dice will roll will return after these messages. We now return to Dice will roll. As Laraho hits the deck, you see all the yokai kind of slump as one before they start straightening up their backs, and you see all of them kind of looking around each other, realizing that they are no longer under this terrible man's spell, and they begin to cheer. You see all of them, the Kappa, the Obakes, the Ningyos, the Kodamas, everyone, they're all punching the air and cheering. And then they all, as one, kind of slump again and go, trying to catch their breath after all the dancing they've had to do.
Senku hops down from the castle. Or from the fortress. Because he was on that the entire time.
He was.
And he's like, okay, hi. Are they still around?
Oh yeah, there's yokai all around. They're all just kind of catching their breath after all the dancing.
Senku comes over and is like, is everybody okay?
I'm good. Chuji like hops over to that motherfucker, KO'd on the ground, and starts immediately looking for the contraries.
Oh yeah, you find it really easily. Prick had it in his pocket.
Snatches the fuck out of it, puts it with the rest.
Oh, are you clicking them together, having the vision right now here on the spot?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well...
I'm not gonna give him the chance to get it back.
Well, Chuji, you're about to do that when suddenly...
What? Huh?
A big hand, almost like a paw, lands on your shoulder. And it pulls you away from it, Chuji.
Huh?
And standing, beaming at you, Chuji, with his dumb face, is an enormous tanuki in a straw hat. The same fucking guy.
Are you gonna start dancing again? Can you not?
Wow! Hey, thanks ever so much for getting rid of that terrible musician. And he kind of pats his considerable belly with a laugh. Hey, I'd usually say to join us in a dance, but after all that, I think we're danced out. But just as well, we were getting hungry anyways. Sit down a spell. Name's Rikanzo, and this is the Night Parade. He gestures at the sea of creatures behind him.
Hi.
I have bad news.
What? What's the bad news?
He's kinda sexy.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, he's sexually attractive, Ritz.
I mean, I'm not a furry.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Ritz, people have eyes. You don't have to be a furry to appreciate this man. He is a big boy. He's literally a bear. Like, hubba, man.
I do like my big boys.
And he's, like, waiting for you guys to come, like, sit down with him. He's waving. He's grinning.
Is he, like, not letting me put the things together?
I mean, you can, but do you want to do it while a tanuki's just kind of staring at you, waiting for you to be finished?
I fucking guess not. They put the things in, like, opposite pockets.
Okay, they don't immediately magnet together. Rikanzo turns to you, Masami, and Sanku, and he waves and says, hey, come on! Take a load off! You did so much work just there!
Sure.
Lolo's on your shoulder, Sanku, and he looks around and says, Sanku, be careful. We're surrounded by beasts.
It's okay. I've beaten stronger monsters.
Hey, don't worry. I mean, some of us may look rough around the edges. And as he says this, an emaciated woman with an impossibly long neck stares at you from behind a mask. We've been here long enough to know we need to band together. Come on, have a drink! And then he pulls out the biggest fucking drinking gourd in the world out of nowhere. He didn't have it. It's bigger than his head. And he goes,
Yo.
Hey, bottoms up! And he brings up and...
Wow.
Hey, drink up!
There's nothing left.
No, there's plenty left. Don't be silly. Say, what are your names, fellas?
Well, I'm Chuji.
Nice to meet you, Chuji.
I'm Masami.
Masami, good name. You're a Kitsune, right?
Yes.
Hey, that's good. Tanuki and Kitsune is always good friends. He kind of pats his tummy.
Uh-huh.
And what about you, fella? What's your name?
I'm Senku, Witch Prince of the Sea.
Oh, wow, that's a cool name, friend. Wonder if I could call myself something like Rikanzo, Tanuki Prince of the Yokai.
You probably could. There's nothing stopping you.
The others might not like it. Anyway, where are you guys all from? We've got so many visitors to the island recently.
About that. I mean, the reason we're here is not that we'd like to be here. I don't think...
Hey, wait, 1 second. And he just puts a fucking meat skewer in your hand. Okay, there. You were saying?
Okay. Well, the reason that we're here is because we're trying to, I don't know, to put it nicely, get shit done. Do you know why, like, so these people are here? Or are you not aware?
What people? Oh, do you mean like his friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this Larahu guy. He and his friends have been, like, traveling the island. We have too, of course, before he, took control of us, but, we know our way around the island. We'll be happy to guide you around if you need directions.
That'd be nice. We're trying to rescue our friends.
Well, describe the friends. Maybe I've seen them.
Well, one of the friends is currently Ashes. She rises like a phoenix. She's with the big bad guy.
Oh, is she the one? And then he takes his hat off, puts a leaf on his head, and poof! He transforms into a tower. He turns into the glass lighthouse.
Oh wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah!
And then he
That's
back into himself.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah. But also there is a group of people that we're looking for. One of which is a human man. He's kind of like a dad kind of guy. I think he's a paladin of Aurori. And then there's another one is like a really fat goblin lady.
I'm sorry, friend. I haven't seen anyone like that.
What about a group of really, really mean-seeming people? Like, you see them, and you're like, wow, these guys seem like they suck.
I mean, there's been a few of those. Do you mean... And then he puts the leaf back on his head, and then poofs again. And this time, he's a weird crater in the ground. The lady who hangs around here? Or are you talking more about... And he transforms again into just this massive pile of garbage.
I have no idea. We've only been here for a single day. This was our first night sleeping here. And, we're kind of trying to...
Hey, real fast, take a bun. Hot bun.
Oh, thank you.
He's holding it. He's very polite about this.
You need your drink topped up?
Oh, no, I'm okay. And,
what about you, Kitsuna? You need a quick top up?
I think Masami was like almost done with their drink. They're like, oh yes, please, thank you.
Masami's great.
well, we're basically trying to rescue our friends who we think have been captured by a group of really evil people that we've fought before. One of them is like a witch who has control of her hair.
Oh, yeah, no, we see her sometimes, not often. She's mostly, spends her time at a boof. He transforms again into the tower, the lighthouse.
I see. But so,
He sort of points at Larahu and he's like,
are there more guys like him who are who are just running around the island being a menace?
Yeah, Larahu. He's obviously terrible. Awful man, and we're... kind of wipes his brow. Very thankful that you took care of him. But hey, if you leave him with us, we can also promise we'll take very, very good care of him. And he kind of slaps his tummy.
Well, I don't think we want to take another guy around with us.
No. You've got enough people.
Yeah. So you could take care of him.
However you see fit.
But... no, yeah, there's a few people, he says, and he kind of poofs, and he's back into the crater, and says, This here's where the ninjas hide out. Strange folk, they all wear masks.
Do you know what the masks look like?
Yeah, kind of like an Oni.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Masami stops drinking at that point.
Senku makes a face, and he's like,
Ooh, oh boy. Awesome. What about the people in the garbage pile?
Oh no, it's not people there.
Monsters?
We don't like to go into garbage very much.
I wouldn't enjoy that even if there weren't scary things.
Scary's an understatement, friend. Rikenzo kind of leans back. That's where your darkest fears reside.
Oh. I'd rather avoid that.
Do you mean that in like a literal sense, or like something just like real bad?
Oh, Rikenzo never exaggerates, buddy. Hey, real fast, do you want a different meat stick? You haven't touched this one at all.
Shuji takes a bite out of it.
Okay, yeah, just making sure, you know. We have a takoyaki
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
prefer.
No, I'm good. I mean,
Masami
yes.
perks up.
Okay, hey, buddy,
Okay, no,
he calls
give me
out.
some, please.
Little Kappa comes over. He's like, yeah. He's like, can you get these guys some takoyaki? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, darkest fears. Yeah, no, that's... Don't go there.
Okay, sure.
Sounds
Noted.
good.
Still haven't told me if they got balls or not.
You want to ask him?
I don't want to ask that.
why on earth would Ritz just casually ask a man if he's got giant balls? I mean, I know that Ritz does that in real life, but...
Would you like to make a nature check?
Yeah. I'm curious. Chuji wouldn't ask. My nature's a fucking +4.
Okay, if anyone wants to make nature checks to see what they know about Tanuki, go for it.
Okay.
Chuji, you are aware that Tanuki have the biggest, fattest balls in the world. Masami, you are aware that that is not true. It's a common urban legend, but no, Tanukis use their tummies. That's where they get their power from. That's why Urkanzo has such a big one, because he's so powerful.
Where did the balls?
So Chuji, you know that he is incredibly fertile. Masami, you just know that he's got a big tummy.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Chuji, your eyes keep flicking down.
Yeah. That's why they're so uncomfortable eating the meat.
What do you think, it's balls? Bro!
And the worst part is that Rikanzo is like really hot is the problem. Like he's very, very handsome, you know? And Rikanzo kind of eats some of the teriyaki when it arrives and he says, so, how did you guys all get here anyway?
Oh, we crashed.
You crashed?
Yeah, like a big ship.
Hey, whereabouts?
And he sort of looks... He's like, where's our map?
Kader steps out and says, I'm right here.
Hi. Do you remember where our ship was?
Yes, it's at coordinates, and then they just list out low coordinates.
The direction?
Oh, southeast.
Thank you.
Rikanzo sits up and says, hey, you want us to send some yokai down to help fix stuff up? We're pretty good at that, you know?
Really?
Hey, quickly, though, let me refill your drink.
Thank you.
Wait, what age are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, come on, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm old enough to drink.
Oh, no, friend, I just realized I don't care.
Well, he's honest.
Hey, you guys did us a good favor, we'll do you a good favor. We'll make sure to go down to that crash site and help fix things up. And if you go a little to the west from here later, you'll be able to visit the Yokai Night Market.
Oh.
The Yokai Night Market?
Rikanzo kind of like leans back in his seat a bit and says, yeah, I mean, we're not the only yokai on the island, you know? From what we kind of understand, this Syndara guy, he was seeking out spirits and monsters to fill the island with. And he used kind of like an interdimensional net to catch them all. And he caught all the big ones, but he caught us small ones alongside it. We were all kind of stranded on the island and realized, hey, strength in numbers, so we started making our own little community. It was going great until this Larry Who guy came and ruined everything for us, but you fixed things up nicely.
I'm glad we were able to help.
But yeah, like I said, there's more of us, and you'll find us in kind of the middle of the island. Only when you're sleepy. You won't find us when you're wide awake, so make sure to come at night, although it's always kind of night here. Food, drink, potions, anything you want, we'll have it. And you tell them that Rikenzo sent you, and they'll treat you like royalty.
It's not a bad idea.
Lamp oil.
Lamp oil, ropes, bombs, it's yours, my friend, as long as you have the rubies. Sorry, Chuji, I don't give credit. Why don't you come back when you're little... richer.
Thank you.
Shout out to the CDI games.
The only good Zelda games.
No, God.
So, yeah, how does that sound, everyone? We'll go down to your crash site and help fix some stuff up, and then later you can come down to the night market, and we'll get you set up and repay you for your kind actions.
Sounds kind of baller.
Thank you.
Baller!
No. No balls, please.
What are you talking about?
Zombie raises an eyebrow.
Cool, man.
Rikanzo bounces up and says, "Okay, everyone, let's get moving!" And he goes and he picks up Laruho.
Wait, hang on a second. Is it okay?
What's that?
Is it okay if I question him for a minute? You can do whatever you want to him afterwards, but...
Rikanzo goes, "Oh, okay," and he kind of shakes Laruho around and says, "Hey, buddy!" He says, "No, please, have mercy!" Rikanzo kind of throws him to the floor and says, "Yeah, have fun. We'll start packing up and get ready to go."
Thank you.
And you've got this tied up little snake at your feet. And he goes,
Hey, wait, I got one question. What was that about being the strongest?
"Have mercy, brave, invincible, raging
Shut up.
winds. I was... Okay. Okay.
There are other hungry ghosts like you. Who are they? Where are they?
Well, I don't know where everyone is, but I'll tell you what I know. There's of course the crater, and that's where those the mercenaries, the ninjas from Oni's Mask. That's where they hang out. Then of course there's the trash heap, where well, it's not exactly a person. I don't actually entirely know what it is, but I've overheard people calling it the horrors or the greatest fears. There's the lake, of course, and that's where the dryad lady who serves Syndara is in wait. And, yes, of course, there's the up on the hills in the Jungle Observatory. That's where the, caged bird lady is being held, yes. And, oh goodness, he kind of squirms. Oh, of course, and the final one, the Champion's Gate, right outside the doorstep of the Glass Lighthouse. That's where the most powerful of Syndara's hungry ghosts lives. Demons and monsters in servitude of him. I've only seen them once, and they are beyond frightening. And that's all of them. Aside from me, that's all of them.
And do you know anything about the mercenaries or a team named Tino's Toughest?
Tino's Toughest? I'm afraid I don't know them. Weren't they perhaps fighters in the tournament you came from?
Not even where they're being held?
Held? No, I don't know anything about anyone being held. But I can tell you about the ninjas, the mercenaries, yes. Oni's Mask. They're a horrible group of murderers and assassins. They've been paid quite handsomely by Syndara. Their leader's here some on the island as well, but he's in a bad sort.
Good. Masami turns back to Chuji and Senku, and when they turn back, there's a visible change in Masami's face from pissed off, interrogation mode to, oh, hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
You guys have any other questions?
Does every single one of them have a piece of the conch?
Yes, each of the Hungry Ghosts has a fragment of this shell. The reason being is he wants you to defeat them all so that you'll be weakened by the time that you meet him. Because that's kind of the thing. That's all that can happen. I mean, disrespect brave Radiant Winds, but he's a league of his own. You don't stand a chance.
Ugh, I just don't want to go into that trash heap. Fuck. Alright.
We'll manage. It's fine. We'll be okay.
I beseech you, generous Radiant Winds, allow me to join you, and I will aid you on your quest to defeat him.
Masami picks him up by the kimono again. To the point where he's being lifted off of the ground.
Yeah, he's not very tall. Yeah.
And gets very close and says, "You expect me to believe you after saying that you treat them as toys?
Maybe, if you're generous."
You clearly have no respect for anybody but yourself. I don't give a damn what happens to you. And Masami throws him over to the yokai and goes, "He's all yours."
They're gonna eat you alive, dude.
He's thrown to the floor, and he goes, and as he looks up, there's like 5 or 6 yokai looming over him, and they all kind of go, as they grab him and start pulling him away, and he goes, "Ah!" By now, the rest of the yokai, they've got their bags on their backs, they're carrying paper lanterns, and they're getting ready to parade their way back into the night from whence they came. Rikanzo turns and smiles and says, "Okay, Radiant Winds, we'll be heading off, but we expect to see you at the night market, okay? Have a great journey, everyone. See you later, Radiant Winds." And with that, Rikanzo turns and starts making his way into the woods. And following him single file is a line of yokai, the night parade. And as they disappear into the darkness, you hear Laruho being dragged along behind them, going,
Do you think they're gonna kill him?
I don't know if they're gonna kill him. They honestly seem like they're just gonna, bother him.
Yeah. Maybe he could
be
be
so
there for a
fucked up
while.
if when you got there you found a skeleton picked clean of flesh.
Bro!
That'd be really funny.
And nothing of value was lost.
And nothing of value was lost. As you guys are standing there, Kader kind of nods and says, "Congratulations, Radiant Winds, on uncovering your third Conch of the Deep fragments. You're doing impressively well."
Oh, right.
And Chuji takes out that third fragment.
Would you like to click them together?
Yeah, Chuji takes out their big 2 pieces and is like, "You guys ready?"
Ready.
Alright. And they click it together.
You put these 3 iridescent conch shells together, and they fuse into one, and they reveal to you a vision. Steady. Hold your hands parallel to one another. Shift one to the left, one to the right, and keep your palms facing each other. Slowly. Envision worlds. Think, what does the air taste like on your tongue? How does the floor feel beneath your feet? Envision and actualize. A world explodes into reality between the hands of Haojin. It is verdant and bright, filled with untapped potential. But as quickly as this magnificent world is born, it is consumed by fire and destroyed. Haojin gasps in frustration, throwing her hands in the air. Again! She groans. It happened again! Every time I get close, I burn everything away. Patience, Haojin, Syndara advises, circling the room. And try again. Haojin turns around, eyes wet and teeth bared. Try again? Why? I've tried dozens of times, and each time the same thing. I burn too hot. No matter how hard I try, it ends the same way. I can't create anything. My fire just burns everything away. There's no point in this. I'm not like you, Syndara. I can't create. I only destroy. Syndara pauses, looking to Haojin with a thoughtful expression. Perhaps it is not that your fire is too hot. He paces, contemplating. Perhaps we are simply approaching this from the wrong angle. Maybe we need your fire to burn hotter. Haojin stares at her master, perplexed. Huh? Syndara sends her a coy smile. When one uses a forge, Haojin, they do not cool it down, they heat it up. Fire can destroy, yes, but it can create. Glass, clay, all of these are created through flame. Why don't we try something else? The master holds his students' hands and gets them into position. This time, when the fire ignites, do not pull back. Burn hotter. Haojin nods. She inhales, exhales, and creates. She spins up a world, creating out of stone and rock, but quickly this begins to incinerate. She's about to pull back as the acrid fumes hit her nose, but a hand lands on her shoulder. "Keep going, Haojin," Syndara says, watching the world before her. And Haojin continues, and the fire burns ever hotter. The world glows red before there's a flash of light, and it solidifies into a world of red gemstone. Ruby. Haojin is delighted, her first demiplane created. She turns to Syndara for approval, who hums. It's not perfect, but it's a start. Slightly overcooked and the sheen isn't perfect, but there's a raw potential here. We need to train your mind to stop at the exact right second, to have discipline, to know your limits. Tell me, Haojin. He smiles at her, proudly. What say you I train your mind and body with some martial arts lessons? And with that, the vision fades, and you're back here in the clearing with your castle.
Chuji doesn't like these. I think that Chuji had enough, doubting Haojin during the tournament itself, and Chuji has faith in Haojin, but they're anxious to see what turns out and how this happened, because obviously Syndara is a bad person, but in these flashbacks, he doesn't seem to be all that bad, and they're anxious to see what goes wrong and who did what, because we've heard Syndara's side of the story, and now we're seeing what actually happened.
I think Senku is interested in this because Haojin is a sorceress. She's a magic user. But in his eyes, he's never seen her as a beginner, the way that he's felt like a beginner. So I think that for him, it's really interesting to see her struggle with the things that he might struggle with. I think he likes it. He's enjoyed it like entertainment. He likes getting to see the more human side of her, the part that isn't perfect, because to him, she's more attainable, more of a person, because he's getting to see these parts of her. He's never idolized her personally, so he's just fascinated by this. He's unsure. Right now, I think Senku has decided, because he doesn't like Syndara now. He thinks, whatever the case, this is wrong, and no matter what Haojin did, it doesn't justify hurting innocent people. He feels odd that he's one of the innocent people involved in this, but he doesn't believe that it's right that he's doing this. But he's not sure what to make of Syndara so far, because we haven't really seen anything off color from either side yet. So he's sort of like, I don't know, and I'm not gonna have a solid opinion until I have more of the facts.
So, when it came to their investigation in Goka, they already laid false blame on Haojin as a possibility. And they were wrong. They don't want to do that again, because in their eyes, Haojin has proven that she's not who they thought she was at first. Because there was that underlying suspicion, right? They really want to believe and hope that something goes wrong on Syndara's part, but they also have a feeling that these shells won't tell them. These are only glimpses of memories as well. They probably won't say the whole story if there are only 7 of them, right? So It's either they have to get it from his mouth specifically, or from Haojin. They can't just teleport back in time to see the entire thing fold out. They're only going to get short visions. That will probably put Syndara in, like, the best light ever.
Honestly, I think Chuji says, yeah, I've had enough of this, and they go back into the fortress to sleep.
Okay. Night.
He turns to Masami and asks,
Do you think they're okay?
I think that this is another situation of Haojin possibly being in the wrong that might be hurting Chuji again.
Oh.
Remember, when I was investigating, I did the same thing.
I hope we find out that he wasn't in the wrong then. I don't want Shuji to be sad.
Believe me, she proved me wrong before, and I don't want to place any more blame on her anyway. Whatever the story is, these shells might give us a story that isn't true, or at least a story that's only partially true. Syndara wants to be the hero in this, remember?
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
So he's probably going to give us something that will make us lose faith in Haojin. I would rather hear the story from both his perspective and hers before making any kind of judgment. Which means we do have to free her first.
I mean, I was gonna free her. I thought we were gonna free her either way. I don't think it's wrong for somebody to be trapped like that.
It's not. She doesn't deserve it. We'll sort it out.
Should we do one of the hills first?
Possibly. I'll be honest, I'm curious about the woman in the cage, and I don't know if that's supposed to be someone we're supposed to help, or an enemy. With this place, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It can't hurt to go there.
Right.
I mean, we need to go there anyway, so...
True. Then we'll go there first, then we'll go to the other, then... Junkyard and the crater afterwards. We don't have to rush to those if we don't need to.
Yeah.
Okay. Sanku and Masami, the two of you retire back into the castle together. Sanku, you stay up and keep watch for a while, but nothing happens. You get to prepare for your daily preparations with Lolo by your side as you sit under a sky that will never have a sun in it. Masami, you fall asleep, pondering the many mysteries of this island. And Shuji, you try to sleep. But in your hand, you clutch that conch of the deep fragment, thinking about your idol, Haojin. Tomorrow, a new day starts. More challenges, more mysteries. But they are mysteries and challenges that you will face together, no matter what. This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons. Phoebe Jeebies, Daisy Gilliam, Lux Rexus, Rag, Baron Stormcrow, Sam Stryker, Tony Saunders, Mita, Arave, Varia and the Girls, GP Dora, Marshmallow Berry, Ferric Falcon, Luis Loza, Aries, Alexander Criswell, May Cohen, Skylee, Kendra West, Genuinely Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Platonic, Bal Punyon, Giant a Catman, Machi Wilson Krasnovich, Tillen Shark, Glitch HD, Jay Snooks, Zenith Drums, Torbjorn, Sophie Valera, G Barbera, Luke, Gideon, Sarah B, Seth, Ravona Darkglow, Kira, Lichalope, Gizmo, Taliesin, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Chris Lutman, Rem T. Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Steph, Sean C., Natasha Lumley, Rhiannon C., Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Sky Evangeline, Triceratops, Anna Maria, Jordan, Cynical Spinsters, Emily Laderna, John the Bookhoarder, SS66 Seeker, and Dane Valerie III. If you'd like to see what you can get for helping us keep it rolling, including our brand new merch club, check out patreon.com/diceroll today!